Hey, you guys, I'm so glad that you are all here to join me today because creating courses to sell, it seems like an easy way to make additional money for tutors. Am I right? I was lured into this world in 2012 after I had my tutoring business for 2 years. Loved tutoring, but I also wanted to provide value with courses, and I thought it would be easy. Today, you're going to get to hear my journey through this process. Now, next Monday, you're going to get to hear how you can create your dream course and sell it again and again during my free webinar. So sign up for the webinar so that you can see what steps are involved. If you haven't had a chance to share who you are yet, where you're from, please do so in the chat because I do want to personally welcome you. Also, share if you've ever thought of creating a course that you could sell on repeat so that you don't always have to trade your time for money. And if you like videos like this, please hit that like and subscribe button. Now, I had seen other people create courses and sell thousands of them. In fact, I purchased a course that for me, I had to learn how to market to be successful. Now, between the amount I spent on the course and the platform, I invested over $2,000. It really felt like a gamble to me because there was no guarantee that people are going to buy my courses and want to learn from me. I was scared, but hopeful. And the first time I created a course, I heard that I should get people to buy the course before I create it. So I called this course the Tutorpreneur Program. I had been advertising this course and letting people know about it. And I remember being in California at the time. I was shopping with a friend of mine. And I look at my phone. I got a notification and I had made $97. And I was ecstatic. Someone actually wanted to take the course that I hadn't even created yet. This idea that I could make money in my sleep, it became real. My friend Renee, she looked over at me and she's like, hey, what happened? I told her that someone bought my Tutorpreneur program that I hadn't even created yet. She was excited for me. I remember we were smiling and we were laughing. We were thinking that there's a whole new world that is out there for us. And since I already had people interested in my course, I wanted to do the best possible job on it that I could. I sold one more. I also reached somebody from India who she didn't have the money to afford it. So she got it for free in the form of a testimonial. So I was like, okay, I have 2 paying clients. Yay. I didn't have hundreds of people that bought my first course. I had 2, but I knew that was a starting point. I was going to say 3, but really it was only 2. So for the first 2 years, I felt like I really was using my tutoring business to help tutors. My first year, I broke even. And to be honest, I think that was my goal. I mean, that wasn't the goal I wrote down. I'm sure I wrote down something like, I'm going to make $20,000 from selling courses this year. But in my head, I told a different story. It was, if you can break even this year, I know you're on the right path. Now, I had been told it can take years for you to create a successful business. Sorry, I had a little hiccup there. It had already taken me 2 years to create that tutoring business, right? So I figured that maybe it will be the same with creating courses. Then in 2014, I was attending this online summit where one of the speakers, she was offering a free access to her live event in San Jose, California. And I thought, why not invest some time to go into this event? You know, I had to put down $100 to save my seat, but I was told that I would get this back in the form of a check when I arrived. Talk about smart marketing to get people to show up. I purchased my flight ticket, a 4-night stay at the hotel. This free event ended up costing me $1,500 when you include food, travel, and hotel. But again, my heart was already 100% invested in helping other tutors, so it was worth it. I received a lot of value that weekend from Charlotte and Jesse. And the biggest thing I got out of it was a sales conversation to have with people. I mean, they opened my mindset as well to receive greater success and beat some of those money blocks that I was experiencing. And so often we don't realize that money blocks are holding us back from the success that we want to receive. On the last day, the presenters shared about their ongoing training that they have. It was a year-long program, and I'd need to travel to San Jose 4 times throughout the year. And this was the course that cost me $20,000. Some of you may have heard me talk about this one previously. It was the scariest investment I made. And before I made the decision to buy this course, I talked to my husband, who's back home, who's always supported every decision. I broke down in tears, and I'm telling him, I don't know how to do this successfully without the right guidance. And thank goodness I didn't have to give all of the money all at once out of the gate. There was a payment plan, and it was going to require me to invest 25% of my tutoring income monthly to be a part of this course. And I decided, you know what, it'll be worth it, to be able to help more people. I knew the importance of learning from the right people. I had just watched that weekend them sell 100 of those courses throughout the day. And I did the math. I was like, holy cow. I just witnessed a husband and wife team make $2 million in one weekend. Clearly, these people know what they are doing. And I think this is super important when you're choosing the mentors that you choose to work with. You want to work with the people that have the ability to back up what they do, that the people that are doing it, they have the ability to help you as well. And part of the package had one-on-one coaching, it had group coaching and course material that I would go through. And again, I went all in. I attended every live call. I set up my times to work with my personal coach and attended each of the in-person events. And as an introvert, I was required to step out of my comfort zone and talk to strangers about my business. And many of them offered advice and suggestions. Some even tried to pitch me to work with them privately. Now, at this point, I was on pause of investing any more money. I mean, if working with the people that I was currently working with did not work, I had made up my mind to give up. At this point, the endeavor was costing me more money and not bringing in enough money. I was using my tutoring business to pay for the trainings that I needed to begin making money while I sleep. Now, after creating courses for years, I read a book called Expert Secrets. Before this, I was getting people to webinars, but I had this belief. And the belief was, I really want to teach people during this free call. However, only 10% of the people coming onto these calls were paying for the course that I was offering afterwards. So after I read this book, I learned that my audience was leaving full. They weren't hungry. And when I teach, I often want to give everything I have. And then people leave feeling satisfied with the information they came for. And instead, I learned from Expert Secrets that I need to create an appetite for the information that they're going to learn. That way, they're 100% bought in as soon as they begin the course. And the first time I tried this new method, I had 10 people show up on the call, and 50% moved forward with a course that cost $297. The webinar was the new method that I liked. I had beat another milestone in learning how to sell courses. I had already learned that having courses on a site, rarely just will sell itself, but having a webinar could convince people to move forward. I love making tweaks to what I know works and seeing those results. And many people think that results will just happen the first time they try something. However, you have to try things, work them through, see where they don't work, continue to learn about the process, and then try again. I would learn about the process through reading books, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, investing in courses, hiring coaches. I have become addicted to learning everything I can about this, as much as I did when I wanted to learn how to teach kids to read. And last summer, I'm still investing money. I spent another $3,000 to take a course from James Wedmore called Business by Design. So the money keeps going. But one thing that I have learned over the years is that my business cannot live without webinars. I tried challenges and discovery calls. I'm active on YouTube. I have about 1.4 million views, but I cannot live without webinars. Once I get people on the webinar live, the percentage of people that move forward is so high, it would be crazy to stop doing them. And then through the process, I discovered an amazing secret. I used to have a weekly webinar. So over time, my attendance dropped to about 3 to 4 people for the training. Sometimes only one person would show up, but then I'd have 1 or 2 people that would move forward. I was listening to a podcast from one of my favorite YouTubers, and his guest said the thing that made the biggest difference for her was closing the door. She began doing less webinars and closed the door for people to enter. And I tried this out, and I told people, hey, I'm going to be closing the door on Friday. I created an email sequence that also let people know that this would be happening. And as the week progressed, my anxiety began to raise because I only had a couple people move forward on Monday. I had a couple more people that moved forward throughout the week, and then nothing. But then on the last day, the email went out that I was closing the doors in 6 hours, and those sales began trickling through. I doubled the amount of people that moved forward on the first day just by sending emails that I was closing the door. And I later found out that this is because of scarcity, right? If there's scarcity of time, then people feel more propelled to take the next step. It's also fear of missing out, because that propels people also to take action. If people think that they can take action at any time, there's no need to buy now. It's like a switch goes on for the people and they don't take action now, and then the light goes out. So I do truly believe in creating courses that my ideal clients really want. And before I ever create them, I ask them, is this something that you'd be interested in? Learning from my community what they need, and then taking the time to add value so that they can get results is important. Now, recently, I just asked the community and the Ultimate Support Group if they'd be interested in learning about creating courses. And there was a resounding yes. People shared the biggest questions that they have about creating courses. And I've put together a free training for next Monday that is going to teach you how to create your dream course and sell it over and over again. So far, 110 tutors have signed up for this training. You can click on the link in the description to sign up. I'm going to be giving away prizes for people, so definitely come live if you can. There's going to be a 5-day replay available for those of you that sign up, but you can't make it. But it's going to be at 12 p.m. next Monday. I've created a ton of courses, you guys, over the years. It doesn't feel good, though, to create a course, people buy it, and then they don't take action to complete it. I truly want to support people when I create courses. So I've learned that I have to add things like accountability, gaming, checkpoints, Q&A calls to support them. Otherwise, many people buy a course, they open it maybe that day, do some of the stuff, and then forget about it. I really want to make courses for tutors that will make them money. For your students, maybe you want their grades to increase or feel more confident. You have to always keep the results of what you're looking for at the forefront. So what does my life look like today, you guys? Well, Stripe notifications go off several times a day saying that someone's purchased something. I no longer have to work from 6 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night like I did the last 2 years. I have more free time to think about the new courses people are asking me to create. I get to hang out with my community that's filled with the kindest people in the world. I wake up in the morning and I head to Jazzercise to teach a workout class, which helps keep my energy high. And then I host some calls for the community, work with a couple of kids, and take a nap. Yep, I take a nap every day. Then I begin working with my students from 4 to 7, and I have the opportunity to take a 3-day weekend whenever I want. Friday is a no student day, so I can choose to work on stuff to grow my business or take the day off. I really do have to pinch myself every day that this is my life. It's been a 10-year journey, but it's been worth it. Now, there are times when I wanted to give up, and I think it's normal, but I'm glad I never did. There's always something new that's happening that gets me excited all over again. Now, if I could go back in time and give myself advice, here's what I would say. This journey is not always going to be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it. Go ahead with trying all your ideas. Stay focused on the ones that excite you the most. Don't compare yourself to other people that are successful. You will be disappointed. Focus on that one person that was meant to buy your course. Think about the joy that you will have when you can tell your kids that making money is easy. It doesn't have to be hard like your parents told you growing up. You are a model for them of what is possible in their life. They will see the joy that you have on a daily basis and remember that on their tough days. You're going to be able to take them on vacations that you never could have afforded as a classroom teacher. You not only will have time flexibility, but financial freedom. Remind yourself that money is easy to make, even on those days where your reality may not agree with you. Keep investing in yourself. Every course that you take leads you to greater clarity on how to create courses, sell courses, and offer the value that you were intended to live. There will be a day when you make $1,000 a day. I know it seems like an impossible dream, but it is not. You will be serving so many people that you will need to hire other coaches. You'll change your business model from a sole proprietor to an S Corp. Your future as an entrepreneur is bright. Work hard, be consistent, and use your grit because you are going to be successful. Now, for those of you that are watching right now, if this makes you feel really enthusiastic, type, "My dream life is possible." Your journey may be easier than mine, or you might take a similar path. Either way, don't give up. I want to support you on this journey as you go through this journey. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I see we've got Maria and Mavis and Beth and Gloria. Lori Baker, thank you. So glad that you guys were able to join us today and take some of the different points that I was able to mention as I shared my story. And I love it. Yes, I see. My dream life is possible. My dream life is possible. Love it. Yes, your dream life is possible, you guys. It really is. So keep doing it. You know, it really will make a difference, and you will be able to serve the people that you love. So remember, sign up for the free webinar so you can learn more of the details on specifically how to create that dream course that you'll be able to sell over and over again.